Wow, what a day. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting My First Bitcoin. Thank you to our speakers, and thank you for everybody that took the initiative to create our second space. To close this out and wrap it up, John Dennehy.
The stage feels so much better barefoot. I don't know what I was thinking this morning. It was much colder in Nashville than I was anticipating, and that really threw off my barefoot game because my feet were cold. This feels right now. Not to give the same message as Tristan now, but I think we all have so much to be thankful for, right? Like I know I certainly do. I learned a lot today, and I hope you guys all did too. And at the start of the day, I said that we hoped to make real the phrase that we are more than the sum of our parts. And I definitely feel that right now. I felt that throughout the day, and I hope you guys did too. So for this closing, there's a couple of things that, I guess 3 things to be accomplished here. The last thing that we're going to do is give away those books. I guess there's 5 Bitcoin diplomas and one, I don't know the title of the 21 questions. Many of them have been, or all of them have been signed by many of you guys. If you haven't signed it and you want to, then last chance right now. There's a couple of markers on the table. We do not know how we are going to give them away. So in the few minutes that I'm up here talking, if anybody could think of a cool way to incorporate Bitcoin to randomize how we give these away, then maybe we'll crowdsource that, or we'll figure out a way to give them away. But if we could incorporate Bitcoin, that'd be cool. And if we could crowdsource that, that'd be even cooler. Yeah. I actually don't know how to play that. So, what's that? Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know enough yet.
Does somebody? We're crowdsourcing it right now. Does somebody know how to run that? The guess the nonce.
He runs it when he does it. So.
Okay.
Yeah, you need like an admin to actually play it, right?
Never mind.
No.
I had this idea this morning, but
He did it Tuesday on one.
So close. All right, so we'll continue. I'll continue to brainstorm, and we'll come back to that. And then what else? What else to do? That was one thing. There were 3 things. Oh, an announcement, and then kind of like a wrap up. So I'll leave the announcement for second to last about the next Unconference. So to just wrap up the day, and actually I want to bring it back to the start to wrap this up. So someone asked, I think it was Pablo, somebody asked what empowerment means, and it was a question for both myself and Rod about Bitcoin Park and then me from Rare Bitcoin. And I want to expand on that answer, right? If we want to empower others, and many of us here are educators, and that's one of our goals, is to use Bitcoin education as a means to an end, and that end is empowerment for the individual. If that is our goal, if that's what we're trying to achieve, I think it's really important that we lead by example, right? If we want to empower others, first we have to empower ourselves. And that was one of the missions that we hope to accomplish here today at the Unconference, to empower each other, to empower ourselves. I learned a lot. I've been in Bitcoin for many, many years, and I've listened to, I don't know how many podcasts and read so many books, but there's always more to learn, and there's always more that we could take initiative on and take charge on. Right, and that is something every time we have one of these Unconferences, there's so many lessons that I learn. And hopefully we all felt a little bit more empowered today. And then we could take that energy that we felt here today, and we could continue that on to students that we have, and we're all microeducators, right? Whether whether it's an organized class or it's just talking to the person sitting next to you on the bus. We're all educators. So hopefully we take this spirit from today and we don't make it something special. This should be normal. This should be every day. So thank you for empowering me today, right? And now I hope to see you guys again soon. Actually, I'll make 2 announcements. This is all very unplanned. So we'll have 2 more unconferences this year. The next one, let me see if I remember this right. He'll correct me if I get it wrong. The next one will be August 15th. Yes. I wrote it on my phone. I didn't even have to look. It will be August 15th in Vancouver, Canada. And that, yeah. And that will be tied to a larger conference, which is the Learning Bitcoin Conference, which will be August 16th and 17th. So the unconference is a Friday, and then the conference is Saturday, Sunday. So definitely check out, what is it, learningbitcoin.ca? Learningbitcoin.ca and bitcoinunconference.com would be the 2 places to go find out more information about that. The 3rd unconference of the year, we're going to bring it back to El Salvador. We're going to, is this a live stream? No. We haven't announced it yet, but we're going to organize a Grassroots Bitcoin Week in El Salvador, and we're going to join forces with Adopt in Bitcoin. So that will be kind of like the anchor conference of that one. Adopt in Bitcoin, the dates of Adopt in Bitcoin. Where's Kiki? Help me out.
14th and 15th.
Is the 14th and 15th of November, and then the unconference is the 13th of November. There's also going to be more events in El Salvador. I think after that, Bitcoin Berlin is going to have a conference. I don't know the dates of that, but there's going to be a ton of, the following weekend. So there's going to be a lot of grassroots themed stuff. So for both of these, come early, stay late, right? And actually, so those were the 2 announcements. And before we get to I hope you guys are all brainstorming here or thinking through how we're going to distribute these books. But there's more. And that is that our ethos is to open source everything, right? Like that's a phrase that we all like to say, but our mission is to make it real. And one of the ways that we've made that real is actually with the unconference itself. So we've open sourced how we organize an unconference. What to do 90 days out, what to do 60 days out, 30 days out, day of, best practices. And, like everything, you could reinterpret it for your own context and situation. But we have a template, basically, that anybody could use. And if you do want to host your own unconference, not only it's on our GitHub, right? What is the folder? Is it OS everything or open source everything?
Open source everything.
Yeah. So the name of the folder is open source everything. It's one of the items in that folder. But if you are interested, again, you don't need to talk to us. You could just do it. But if you would like to hop on a call or something and like ask questions, then the people who have organized previous unconferences would be happy to walk you through any questions that you had to do that. And in fact, I believe this is the first example of it actually happening, of another organization actually taking that mantle, using that framework, and having their own unconference, was 2 days ago in Kenya. And there's another, I probably shouldn't announce the other ones, but there's a couple of other ones in literally in the far corner, not in Kenya and not in the US, like in very different places. I think there's 2 that I'm aware of later this year that are in the early stages. So if you guys are interested in hosting your own on-conference, then look it up on our GitHub, but also reach out to us and we could help you with that. And now let's give away some books.
Yeah, let's do it.
Nashville too.